Stephen, tell us about your ERA moment.
Well, somehow or another, our family got hooked up with this guy named Wayne. I was living down in the South Florida area, and I had to relocate closer up here to be closer to family. And I told Wayne, I said, I want to move in, and I want it to be turnkey ready. And he said, I think we can handle that. He'd had some friends that he's done some other rental units for. At the time, we decided to have this set up as a rental unit because of my possibly, my issues with my illness. So he not only took the bull by the horns, but he took my budget and came in here and put everything in this condo, from the bedding to the floor mats to the bath mats, everything, furniture, kitchen. It just took the bull by the horn, and he provided me with a crew because I had to get some things upgraded. And he's got connections. He's been here 40 some years doing this, and it was interesting because I had to have a new AC unit, and he hooked me up with these fellows that he's been working with. They put a whole new AC unit, even relocated my intake out of the closet into the hallway, and they did it for $3,800. 2 weeks later, my neighbor had to get his outside unit replaced, and that was $4,000. I had to have the bathroom remodeled. I talked to some of the neighbors, and the price that I paid was absolutely fantastic. So not only did he come in under budget, he became a very integral part of how I had to be relocated. I was very ill. He helped my daughter settle me into this place. And if it weren't for Wayne, I think the stress level of relocating and moving and having to buy all the furniture and having to deal with all that stuff would have really been a pain. And I mean, where, a pain. So thank you, Wayne. You're a fantastic dude. And you know what? You're a keeper. And people should think about realtors like they're your favorite waiter or waitress at your favorite restaurant. You go in there and you see them, you go, hi, how are you? And you tip the hell out of them. And a lot of people complain about commissions. Well, that waiter and that waitress, they live on tips. So do the realtors. They live on their commission. So you ought to tip your realtor. I certainly did. Good to see you, Wayne.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate all the compliments. Now, if you could do me one favor.
Sure.
If you can sum all that up in a sentence or two, what stood out the most in your ERA moment and why you chose Wayne?
Well, what stood out most was the guy just did the job. He didn't have to be persuaded he just did it. It just was hassle-free, and it was wonderful.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And many years of happiness here in your condo at Fountainhead. Thanks, Steve.
You're more than welcome. And you're a keeper.
Alrighty. Sounds great. All right. 3 minutes. That should work.
Did you push